Hey folks, today we'll be taking a quick look at this ASUS ROG Zephyrus gaming laptop that we got in the shop today. I'll give you some close-up looks of the outside casing, and we'll take a look at the specs here first, and then just kind of share some general thoughts on it. So let me pull up the specs real quick here first, and I'll get you the model number on the bottom and everything when I flip it over. But this one you can see comes equipped with an 11th gen Core i9. It's the 11900H, clocking in at 2.5 gigahertz. It's got the 16 gigs of RAM on board there, and this one has Windows 11 Home. All right, and let's take a look at the storage here and device manager. So this one actually has a 1 terabyte storage, an SSD there, so pretty decent size. And then let's pull up device manager, and let me zoom into that so you can see just a little bit better there. All right, so you can see this one has that 1 terabyte SSD I mentioned there, and then it does have both the integrated Intel UHD graphics for efficiency and then the heavier duty GeForce RTX 3060. So that's a pretty decent chipset inside this unit, and then you can see the network adapters, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all that good stuff there, and then of course that 11th gen processor. So pretty decent specs there. And then for those curious on the screen resolution, pull up display settings here, and you can see this one is 2560 by 1600. That's the native resolution on this particular unit here. All right, let me zoom out and give you some looks at the body, the different ports on each side. You can see first off the screen is pretty bright. Let's see what setting it's on right now. Okay, so it's on the brightest setting right now. We're indoors obviously, but under some pretty bright light, and I think it's a pretty decent screen. It's pretty vibrant there. The colors look pretty good. Sometimes it's hard to convey that on video, but this is what it looks like. There's no filters or anything on this video. This is just the raw footage there. But let's take a look at the sides and see what kind of ports we got here. So you can see right away here on this side, we'll get it to focus here. There we go. We've got a high-speed USB port. We have got a micro SD slot here, and then some nice ventilation on the side. And you got your good old trusty Kensington security port right there. You can lock your laptop down. That's always a nice feature. All right, let's take a look at this side here. So on this side, we do have some, all right, we'll start over here on the right side. We do have a mic headphone combo jack there, one of those tri-ports. And then we've got actually 2 USB-C ports, and this one's got higher power on it, so that's nice. And then we've got a traditional old school USB-A port, Ethernet, HDMI, and then your charger right there. It's just a traditional with a tip and a ring on it. In fact, let me pull up the charger here in case you're curious what it looks like. Just a traditional, nothing fancy there. It does have a tip all the way inside there to go inside, complete the circuit. All right, and then of course we got more ventilation here on the side there. You can see inside there the heat sink and the fins and everything as well. All right, then we turn it around to the top side, and we did a laptop similar to this a couple months ago, I think, but it's got kind of this fancy, bunch of little dots, almost like little perforations running kind of in this diagonal pattern. And then as you tilt the lid underneath those dots, it's got some kind of almost like a holographic type imprint, and so it changes colors as the light hits those, and you can kind of see that on the video. I'd say it's more vibrant in person than it is on the video here. And then down on the bottom here, you can see they've got the Republic of Gamers, established 2006, pretty much a staple for their laptops. Along the back side, you can see more ventilation on both sides. Really nice design though, kind of instead of making it just real boring and stale, they've got some nice different angles going on here, textures and in depth, so pretty nice there. And then it does have some LED lights there signaling. Flip it around so you can see that better. We've got the power and then a charging indicator, and then of course your hard drive being read or written to there. All right, and it's kind of interesting on the perspective here, the way those ridges are cut. When you tilt it up, it almost looks like notches going in and out, but it's just the shape of those angles there on the ventilation. So that's kind of a nice detail. And while we're taking a look here at the keyboard, it is backlit. Let's see if I can get the lights to come on there. There we go. And it is set right now to a pattern that's changing. I'm not sure if that's coming through the video very well. Yeah, it looks like it's just barely showing up. But it is backlit. It's on color changing right now in some kind of sequence, just going between random colors, cycling. All the keys are backlit from what I can tell. It does have up at the top here a volume down, volume up, mute the microphone. And then I forget what the button here is. I can't remember if it's for the graphics or something else on the an ASUS app perhaps. Then you've got your hexagon shaped power button there, traditional for ASUS. You've got a little bit of some grills here on the side. I believe that's for the ventilation. There might be a speaker on one of those as well. But just a real nice, interesting detail to look at there. And you've got, of course, your Core i9 sticker, your RTX sticker, and then a decent size trackpad there. So overall, pretty decent, you know, simple body. I will say something about this material here is it's very comfortable to rest your palms on and hands on. You know, if you're thinking about form versus function, I would say this functionally really works well. It feels very comfortable on your hands, very comfortable to work on. It may wear and show fingerprints a little bit more than, say, you know, a metal and aluminum like it's on a MacBook or you know, harder plastic. This definitely feels like it's got more of a rubber or softer feel to it overall. So again, comfortable on the fingers, especially if you're gaming and everything. I think this will help your palms and whatnot from getting fatigued. So that is kind of a nice detail. Along the front edge here, there's nothing really going on the front edge. It's just nice and clean all the way across here, just a couple screw holes on the bottom. It does have kind of a tapered edge you can see right there, just ever so slightly tapered. All right, let's take a look at the bottom. Let me flip it over so you can see all the good stuff. So it does have some more ventilation here, and again, just a nice detail. Instead of being just plain and flat, they've kind of etched in, and it's just kind of moving. Everything's moving in this direction here, all across the back, and then you've got some that are open for ventilation. Otherwise, it's just kind of pressed in with a pattern there. They do have some little feet scattered throughout the middle here to support that, and then some nice rubber feet along the bottom, and a nice big one along the top. You'll notice this one along the top is raised, so that when it's laying down flat, you've got some nice ventilation along the bottom there. So definitely want to put this on a flat surface. You don't want to put it on a bed or something soft where, you know, you can't get any ventilation here because it's pressing up against the bottom there. All right, what else we got here? Let me come in real close so you can get, if you want the model and everything, you're going to see it right there. That's going to be your official model. That's going to tell you all the specs and everything on this guy here. It is within the GU603H series. All right, and then as far as access to the bottom of the casing, you can see it's pretty straightforward. They've got 4 screws along the bottom, 2 on either side here, and then 4 more along the top. So it shouldn't be too hard to get into and make adjustments to the hardware and whatnot. All right, so that kind of gives you an idea overall of what this laptop looks like inside and out. But do me a favor and let me know in the comments below 3 things you like about this laptop and 3 things you dislike. Now, I can't speak to what this performs like because, again, we just got it in the shop and a lot of these things leave pretty quickly. So I can't speak to that, but I'd love to hear if you own this laptop or you have a friend that owns one, you know, what are some of the weaknesses and strengths on this particular unit for gaming? Definitely let us know in the comments. And for those who don't know, JBrokers is a risk-free secondhand marketplace, so we buy and sell all sorts of gadgets just like this gaming laptop here. So if you're looking to sell a laptop, a gaming laptop, or perhaps an iPhone, Android phone, gadget, definitely check our website out. We've got almost 3,000 products in our database where you can get an instant cash offer 24/7 from the convenience of your home. There's no pressure. You can go on there anonymously, get your cash offer. And if you choose to sell to us, which we think you will, there's 2 things that our customers absolutely love about JBrokers. And that is, first off, we always pay the agreed upon amount for the agreed upon items. So there's no bait and switch gimmicks ever. And secondly, we always send payments out on the next business day after we receive your item. So we're really fast. We've been family owned and operated for over 20 years. So definitely check us out at jaybrokers.com. That's JAYbrokers.com. Thanks for watching.